Hi friends, today I wanted to show you because I tend to use, as you know, I'm a huge fan of the MAB Metallics, and I tend to use them over my painting. So I do like a layer. I paint and then I come in with the metallics and I do a layer. But what I wanted to show you is you also absolutely, another way I use them is mixing them first. And what I like about that is it creates a really beautiful pastel-y look without the chalkiness like when I mix with my white gouache. So let me just show you a few colors that are really beautiful. One of the colors I use is that turkey blue. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you, here, let me move this palette out of the way. So I'm going to show you the color, and then what I'll do is show it to you mixed with those beautiful, this is actually the holographic series, which I've heard a few of you have purchased. It's really beautiful. But interestingly, by itself, it's nice, but look at how beautiful it is when you mix it with the color. So here is our turkey blue. I'm just going to do a little swatch here. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. But here is that turkey blue mixed with the MAB holographic paint. Look at how pretty that is. So it gives you this pastel color without the chalkiness that you might get mixing it with paint, white gouache. And it's got that beautiful iridescent look to it. So really pretty. Let me show you a couple more colors here. So this one is, let's see, let's go with the violet red, which is, I'm playing with, by the way, a filbert brush, just in case you're curious. And this is the violet red. Darn it, I have a little bit of sparkles in there, but for the most part, that is the color. So it's this beautiful purpley red. Now let's mix that with a little bit of the metallics. And it does lighten it. And look how beautiful that is. So it gives me this really beautiful pastel-y color. Let me just write the names of these in case you want to reference. So this is the MeiLiang Palette. This is turkey blue, and yes, we've had a whole conversation about where that color comes from. And then this is violet red, and then let's do deep violet. So let me show you first what that deep violet looks like. That's this one here. So it's a very dark purple. It's beautiful. I love, you guys, if you are in the market for a new palette of colors, I honestly cannot share enough this beautiful palette from MeiLiang. I mean, look at these gorgeous colors. They're so, so pretty. Okay, so let me wipe that off real quick. I just dropped. Now let me mix that with some of this holographic paint. Try and get that off. And really, to be honest, I've tried all of these and they're all beautiful with the paints. So I'm just picking some up and I'm going to mix it in. Look, it's already this beautiful pastel color. This is what I've been using for my pastels versus adding some white. Look at how gorgeous that is. I thought this was worth mentioning because you see me mostly applying the MAB Metallics over paintings I've already done, but look how beautiful. Let's see, what other colors should we do? How about my favorite color, which is the rose red. Let's see, let's put it right here. So here's our rose red by itself. As you know, my favorite colors. And now let's mix it with just a touch of the holographic. And oops. Oop. Took off too much of the paint. And you get this beautiful blush pink. So what made me think of this is I'm getting ready to paint some, and look at that sparkle in there. I hope you can see that. I'm getting ready to paint some peonies and I thought, oh my gosh, this would be beautiful. You could even, let's even think about maybe a red. So I'm going to go in with scarlet. And then we'll add some, in case you were maybe you wanted to do some poppies. So here's our scarlet. Beautiful, beautiful deep red. Love the color. And now let's just mix that with, well, let me put a little bit more in there. There we go. Let me mix that with some of the holographic paint. And you actually get 6, and I've tried all of them. They're all beautiful mixed. So I'm going to pick that up now. And mix that in, and it almost becomes this beautiful coral color. And in addition, you get that beautiful sparkle that I hope is showing up on there. Let's play with it with, how about a green? Let's see how it does with green. So I'm gonna put some of that green paint in here. There we go. Again, this is the MeiLiang Palette, and this is the tree green I'm using. It's like a sap green if you were in your Winsor Newton palette. Beautiful green. I honestly cannot say enough about the MeiLiang palette. It's so beautiful, the colors. And then here's going to be mixed with get a little bit more paint. I washed a little bit too much off there. I mean, you could go as light as you want. There we go. And there's that beautiful pastel-y, sparkly, shimmery green. So pretty. Let's see how it does with yellow. I haven't tried it actually with the yellow. So I'm going to go ahead and grab a cad yellow here. Very vibrant. Again, these gorgeous, gorgeous MeiLiang colors. I talk about them so much because I'm telling you, over the years when I was teaching and having to refer my students to paints, I went through so many different paints that were affordable for the beginner if you don't want to invest right away into Winsor Newton or something like that. I did in college because they really didn't give you a choice. They gave you a supply list and it was basically Winsor Newton. I'm going to mix just a tiny bit more. Ooh, that was too much. There we go. So the yellow, I like it, but I like these other colors. Of course, I like the pinks, purples, and reds because those are my favorite. Let's try one more color just for fun. Let's try a brown. I'm going to use, how about let's try burnt sienna. Let's just play and see what happens. So we've got this burnt sienna in here. Rinse my brush. Pick up some of that metallic. Ooh, that is a pretty color though. I'm kind of, oh, I forgot to do the first color. Hold on. I got too excited to add in those metallics. Such a great brush, these Filbert brushes, by the way. If you haven't tried them, take a look at my tutorials for them. They're such an easy brush to create flower strokes. And then let's pick up that brown. Oop, a little bit too much. I am adding water to these. It is pretty. It's like this would be really pretty on like a beach or as a highlight on a tree. So there you go. I even like that beautiful brown. Look at what a pretty color palette this is. It's one more. I'm just going to do one more because I can't stand it. I'm going to try. Actually, let's do two more. I want to try olive green because that's a common color. And I'm trying to think of colors that maybe are kind of just normally darker and see what happens when we add these MAB Metallics to them. Let's see, I'm going to run out of space here. Add some of that green. Ooh, that's pretty too. Let me lighten that up with a little bit of water. Oh my goodness, yeah, that's pretty too. And what I'm really liking is it's light, but I hope in the camera you can pick that up. It's got a beautiful sparkle to it. That one, not as much. I might have added a little bit less of the sparkle to it. You could play with that. Definitely sparkles. And then one last one. I think this would be a really pretty color. Let's go for the emerald green in the MeiLiang Palette. Ooh, this one's going to be pretty, I think. So let me put some of that in the palette. Here, let's see, I need a spot. I'm running out of room, guys. Nope, that one's not good. Let me see if I can stick it in the corner here. There we go. And now I'll just add some of the metallics. There we go. And let's try, ooh, very pretty. Really, really pretty. It's almost like this color would be beautiful for eucalyptus. Oh goodness. Or water, the ocean water. And if it has, I hope you can see the sparkle. If if you did an ocean, this would be really pretty to look like sparkles on the ocean. So there you go. If you have checked these MAB Metallics out, I really wanted to show you them mixed with the pigment first because I tend to show them as an afterthought, and I just wanted to make sure that you knew you can mix these with the paints beforehand. So I was using the holographic series. And then the paints I'm using, and this is the Meeden 100%, by the way. So this is the smaller palette. You wouldn't even need their bigger palette, guys, which has, let me show you. So the bigger palette has these metallics in them, but you know what? Honestly, you wouldn't even need that. Just mix your own and you would be perfectly fine. All right, well, I hope that was helpful. I think this would be just really, really beautiful for some flowers, some little peonies, which is kind of what I'm playing with today. Just creating some different little, what might, no, maybe not. I was going to say what might happen too is it might dry quicker, but you know what? I'm not seeing that. And now I'm using the side of that filbert brush because it gives such wonderful brush shapes. And look how beautiful that is. Oh my gosh, so pretty. I'm going to go in a little bit with the darker, and I'm using all the metallics here that I showed you up above. So beautiful. I mean, I love using something that it just catches your eye and it's like, oh my gosh, wait, is that a sparkle in there? So much fun. Look at that, how well those metallics blend, which I'll tell you, I've used a few metallics and they didn't move a whole lot. So I appreciate that these move. And then let's maybe just add some leaves here with some more of that metallic. Kind of running out here. There we go. I may use this side of my brush. I'm kind of running out of paint here. But look how beautiful. Let's go in. Might as well pick up some of that yellow I made. Actually, there's not a lot in there, so I'm going to add just a bit more. And then come in with the metallic. I didn't plan on this, guys, so I'm kind of winging it right now. Oops, I'm dripping my paint all over. I'm going to pick up some of that metallic, add that in there to the yellow. Now, what I am noticing, so something to keep in mind, if the color is fairly light, like a yellowish, it may turn a little bit gray because these metallics have a tiny bit of gray hue to them. So that is something I'm noticing. I might also just have a little bit of color on my brush from the previous mix. So there you go. These are really worth giving a try to, guys. I hope you'll give them a try. And you know what? More than anything, I love supporting her because she's a small artist. So now I'm just layering. And look how beautiful, all with those pastel-y metallics. All right, everybody, I will share the link for those MAB Metallics. And they're kind of fun too. She ships them in a UK envelope, which to me is fun, unless I guess you're from the UK. And it has the Queen on there, and I think it says Royal Mail, so I always get a kick out of stuff like that. These are my MeiLiang paints, and this is my brush set that I will have coming out. I can't wait. This isn't the right color. This is actually the color. I played with this color at first and so glad I waited to get this color. If you are interested in those brushes, please, please, please go to the site because they will wait for enough interest before they'll release them. And I think that's about it. All right, everybody, all the links will be in the description, and I hope you give this little palette a try in these paints. They're so much fun. All right, I'll see you soon. Thanks, everyone.